Hello my sweets, welcome back to Beauty Meets DIY. This is Helen. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys are doing well, staying safe and healthy. I hope that you enjoyed today's video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. And so with all that being said, let's get right into it. So you have seen me use this time and time again, like I always say, these glass blocks to make my perfume bottles, especially those Chanel ones. They do come in this size, 5.5 by 5.5, and they also have the larger ones. You can find them both at Hobby Lobby and Michael's. Today I'm going to be using the smaller one. And again, nothing new. You've seen me use this again, time and time again. To create our perfume bottle tops, I will be using the Tumbling Tower game that you can find at the toy section of Dollar Tree. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these together. You can always reference back to my previous videos, but I'm going to speed this up. In total, you're going to need 18 pieces. At the end, this is what it's looking like. So for today's DIY, we are going to be using this beautiful iridescent diamond rhinestone sheet, if you will. It is absolutely gorgeous, especially when the light hits it in different directions. I will link it down below for you guys. I did go ahead and cut out pieces to cover this perfume bottle top. I don't recommend it. Off camera I did recreate another one, and I used one single piece to go around the block of this perfume top, and then obviously on the sides I cut out a piece. It just creates a more seamless look, and that's what I recommend. If you notice, I have my email address on the screen, and that is for those that are interested in ordering my glam glitters and are always asking. This is where you have to inquire or purchase them. You can email me here, and it will also be in the description box of this video. So as you can see, I cut out the pieces to cover all around my block. You can use one whole sheet and just, you know, cover it continuously, but the thing is, the edges of this glass block, it kind of comes out a little bit, and it just makes it a little harder. So I decided to just cover where it needed to be, and I'm avoiding the top, so I'm placing it upside down. So as you can see, I am going to use it upside down just because I got lazy and I didn't want to cut around the opening. This is a napkin holder from the Dollar Tree. I'm covering yet again with the same iridescent rhinestone sheet, and it was just much easier. And you can always use the bottom as a little secret compartment, and no one will ever know. So now this is the top that I used, the one whole piece. It looks a whole lot better, and I recommend that. So I'm going to be using these beautiful iridescent gems that I got at Michael's quite a long time ago, but I know they still have them. I also have this beautiful matching iridescent ribbon. I will link this down for you guys as well. I ended up not using it in this video, but it's beautiful. And I will also link these diamond strands. I have a thinner one and a little wider one. So now what I'm doing here is that I'm kind of laying out my gems, kind of figuring out what kind of design I want to go with. Go ahead and embellish this bottle however which way you want. I just decided to decorate her along the edges. I didn't put anything in the center, but that was just my thing and what I came up with and what I wanted to do. So you can see the bottom of the bottle there. You can hide something in there if you want to, just to give you an idea. Moving on to our next DIY, these beautiful iridescent kind of bottles that the Dollar Tree is now carrying. I think they just have them around now. So if you see them, grab them because they're not at all year round kind of thing. So I'm grabbing the thin diamond strands, and I'm just gonna go around the neck or the little bottle top here. And that's just what I decided to do for all three. And as far as the neck of the bottle, then I went with the little wider one, and I embellished them all in that same way. So again, these are just beautiful on their own. So just as is, they're just absolutely gorgeous. And I think they only come in these three colors. But if you notice, they do have that iridescent feel that we're going with in this video. So what I wanted each bottle to be different. So for this one, I just decided to use my gems, and I'm embellishing just on the top I'm going all around. I ended up using these diamonds from Michael's. Off camera I also apply some pearls, so you know, just kind of mixing it up. Now for this one, I took a gem and I put it on a kind of like a diamond shape, and I'm just coming down with the strands, and I'm going to go around that gem a few times. And that's the little design that I came up with. Guys, if you're enjoying this video, please give me those thumbs up. As I always say, nothing's gonna let me know that you're enjoying my content more than those thumbs up, and it lets me know that you want more videos from me. So please, if you think I am deserving, please give me those thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Now for this last one, I decided that I was just gonna go around the middle of the bottle, and again, I'm just mixing it up, diamonds, pearls, that sort of thing, and I just went all around the bottle the same way. This next DIY was inspired by what they call the Galaxy Rose. You can find these online. They've been around for a while, but I think they're made out of a kind of like a plastic material similar to what we're using, and I was inspired by it. I think it's so beautiful. This is my little take on it. It's not quite the same, but again, my take on it. I will link this iridescent, kind of a PVC, plasticky kind of a paper. I will link it down below. It will be in my Amazon store in case you guys are I can't speak today, sorry, interested in recreating the same rose. So I didn't follow any particular pattern. I just kind of did my own thing. What you want to do is you want to create 3 different sizes: a small petals, medium petals, and a larger one. On YouTube, they have tons and tons of tutorials on how to make paper roses, and it's the same concept that we're doing here. They actually, some of them even provide a free printable for rose petals, so go ahead and search on YouTube. You will find it, cut them out, and it will be very helpful for you guys. But what I'm doing, again, my own thing, I started out by cutting a scalloped edge on one end of the sheet like you see here, and then I cut on the other end, and later on you're probably going to end up cutting a whole lot more. This is just trial and error. This is my first time. For the center of your rose, go ahead and use whatever you want. I'm using these little diamond gems that I had. And you're probably going to end up cutting any excess that you don't need, like I'm doing here. And so for the first row, of course, again, you want to use your smallest petals. Now I'm going to be honest, it gets a little messy with the hot glue. I didn't know what kind of other glue to use, so I did go ahead and use my hot glue. You might want to try, like I did, using a lower setting on your hot glue gun. And the little spider hot glue strands do get annoying, I'm not gonna lie. Just try to avoid them as much as possible and apply just the hot glue that's necessary, because it can get a little messy and annoying. So I ended up using 3 petals for my first row here. So what you want to do is, no 2 roses are alike. They don't have perfect edges. No, so in the end, if you do something similar, it's going to look like a rose. So what you want to do in the next level, you're going to go a little tad up or above the first row, obviously, because we want to create layers here. So this would be your medium size petal. And what you want to do is that you want to glue this petal in between the first 2 rows. The first 2 rows. So that's how you want to go. That's the pattern that you want to follow. So I'm going to go ahead and speed things up here for you. I just wanted you to, I was trying to explain it the best way that I can, but again, you can find these tutorials on YouTube. So now we're at our last row. I mean, you can build them up. It just depends how wide and how big you want your roses. I did 3 rows, and again, this last row, you want to glue your petal in between the previous 2, and you're gonna go around that way. So this part, you guys, listen very careful because we don't want to light ourselves up or our home, God forbid. This is something you have to be very, very light-handed when you do this. Basically, we're just trying to cure the ends or just kind of make them melt a little bit and curve. So you very slightly want to even touch them. Like you don't want to put the fire to the petals too long. It's just a very light-handed, very quick thing that you want to do. So go ahead and practice with a few petals before you do your actual flower. If not, you're gonna mess up just the way I did with that one right there, as you can see, because it will melt it very fast. So you don't want to get too close or stay too long or too, on the petal. All right. So for our stems, I'm using these old flowers that I no longer want. I'm taking the bottom of the rose and I'm sticking them onto the stem of the roses. I'm gonna go ahead and spray paint them gold. Once they are dry, I'm gonna go ahead and glue it on just like that. You want to make sure that you glue them on those little stems right there. I'm just making sure that I'm gluing everything so that it's nice and glued on and that it doesn't come apart. And that's what that's looking like so far. So now to go ahead and create our leaves, what you want to do is take 2 pieces, and the way you want to cut them in the shape of a leaf, kind of like in a slight scalloped edge like we did before, just like that, in the shape of a leaf to start out, and then I'm going to show you what you're going to do next. So now that would be the top of my leaf. It's just upside down right now. So you want to start cutting some slits every so often. You don't want to go too far in, just the way you see here. You're going to turn it around. You're going to do the same thing, going in the same direction. Just a little in, spaced out a little bit, just like that. See, that's what I mean. Just like that. And so now, again, very carefully, very lightly, soft-handed, not too long. You just very lightly want to go along the edge there so it can curl up just a little bit, and then it can cure those edges and kind of begin to look somewhat like a leaf. And I'll show you what that looks like. See? So now what you want to do is that you want to crease it like this, go over it a few times with your hand, and then very lightly, even more so, you want to go, not as long as I did. It ended up going through the plastic. See, that's what I mean. It's just a quick thing, and that's just going to cure it somewhat into shape. You want to create 2, of course, and then you want to glue them to your stem. For our last DIY, we're going to grab this beautiful glass. You can use it as a wine glass. You can use it as a candle holder. These are also from the Dollar Tree. Really beautiful. And again, I grabbed those iridescent gems, and I'm just decorating it the way that I want. And you can go ahead and do it the way you like. I thought these were absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing in the bottom. And that's it, you guys, for this. And coming right up, I'm going to show you how everything turned out. And there you have it, you guys. This is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, it's just so beautiful. I absolutely love the iridescent diamonds to this and the gems. It's just so beautiful when the light catches it. That's just, look at the roses, how beautiful they turned out. You can see the pink, the purple, the turquoise, the yellow. the green. It just depends on how the light catches it, and I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. And this is our candle holder right here with our glass, and I want to know what you guys think about how the bottles turned out. I think they turned out really beautiful. This iridescent holographic design is really on trend this year. I noticed when I go to Burlington or Ross, I do see that they are creating items for part of home decor, like vases and candle holder with that iridescent. Let me know if this is your vibe. Let me know if this is something that you would be into, that you would kind of incorporate in your spring or your decor, home decor for this year. I kind of like it. At the beginning, I thought it was maybe something for like teenagers and stuff like that. But I noticed that, you know, it's really on trend this year in home decor, I noticed. So I wanted to go with that vibe today and create a video using this iridescent feel. And let me know if these roses are something that you're going to recreate. This will make a beautiful gift for anybody, really. And I don't know, I just think everything together is really absolutely beautiful. And like I said, depending on the light, whether it's, you know, sunny out or just the dimming of the light in your home, it just creates a different, it just catches the light in different ways, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, everyone.